We've taken the time at this point to look at the All Traffic Report, the Organic Search Console Report, Social Report and Campaigns Report in the Acquisition tab. Let's take a deep dive into Google Analytics. So when we expand the Google Analytics reporting area, we can see the different accounts that we may have linked to Google Analytics, the campaigns within those accounts. We've got our tree maps, the site links that drive revenue and traffic from our PPC ads, any bid adjustments, keywords, search queries, hour of day, final URLs which are landing pages, any display targeting, video targeting or shopping targeting if we're doing that stuff through Google Ads. Let's take a look at campaigns. So here we can see we've got some AdWords stuff, we've got branded YouTube stuff driving a load of traffic but not a lot of revenue. We'll see what's driving most revenue here. So what's driving most revenue here is office specific keywords, bags or apparel. The brand term is driving some at a fairly okay conversion rate, and if we want to toggle between our conversion metrics here, which will also show our clicks and our cost and our impressions data, we can go up to the top here and we've got a number of tabs and we can choose clicks. That will give us the number of impressions, clicks, cost, CTR, CPC, revenue per click and return on ad spend for our campaigns. If we dive in, we can see a little bit further to what's happening in that campaign, to that particular ad group. And if we dive into that ad group, we can see the keywords that are driving traffic. There's 10 keywords in here. Not a lot of revenue, but interesting nonetheless. Then we have the site links, which are the links that drive traffic to the site that are underneath PPC ads, not driving any revenue, not driving a lot of traffic either. It's just 6% of all AdWords traffic. So you may want to test new site links, different calls to actions, and understand what drives traffic and what drives revenue. Let's take a quick look at tree maps. So our tree maps report doesn't tell us a lot in this instance. It's a fairly unusual report. Not a lot of insight can be garnered from the tree maps report unless you have a lot of traffic coming to your site via Google Ads. Way more than $300 worth of traffic in any ways. What is interesting, what's quite interesting for us as search marketers and analysts are search queries. Search queries are what people typed into Google to trigger the keywords. We might want to see, so this gives us new ideas for keywords because this is what people are typing into Google. And if we sort by revenue or by transactions or by goals, because we can toggle between different goals or our e-commerce functionality here, we'll stick with e-commerce. If we see what people are typing into Google that's driving most revenue and we don't have that as a keyword in our account, we could consider adding it. Likewise, we might want to discover when best to spend our budget in terms of what time of the day. Is there any understanding around when we can focus revenue? Or is there any understanding around when we can focus our spend? So we can see that 37% of revenue is driven between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock during the day. So if we increase the budget between the hours of 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, we might be able to increase that a little bit more. Just as not a lot of revenue is driven at 1 o'clock in the morning, not a lot of traffic is either. So perhaps we could change our bidding strategy around this time or test new keywords or new creative to try and get more juice out of this zone. If we need to view all of our 24-hour period, just scroll down and we can see there are a number of periods that don't drive any revenue, including 6 o'clock in the day. So 5 and 6 in the evening don't drive any revenue. All of the revenue is driven either at 8 o'clock in the morning, or then again at 4 o'clock, and again 11 o'clock. So if we want to optimize our budget spends for different times of the day, we can see this in the hour of day report. Our final URLs will tell us how effective our landing pages are for our ads and what the transactions are for each, so we can optimize the page itself. Then we have just some additional stuff within Google Ads around display targeting. So this will be your Google Display Network activity, any stuff that's happening on YouTube, or anything you're doing with Google Shopping itself. While you can't actually make any changes to Google Ads within the Google Ads report in Google Analytics, because it's a purely reporting tool, it gives you that detailed insight that you just don't get with Google Ads itself. So as I said, there are number of different areas. So as I said, there are a number of different areas up here. We can just look at our pure e-commerce activity for Google Ads and see what the user sessions revenue. You can't see any cost data here, but we can just see our e-commerce metrics. We can see our click stuff, which will show impressions clicked, CTR, CPC, all of that detailed Google Ads data in here. We have our goal set stuff, which shows us the different goal transactions and where they happen in the campaign. So what the likelihood of the different goals occurring are in the campaign, so we can see what's effective. And then site usage is important for understanding your content. Site usage shows you the number of unique visitors, the number of sessions which can be repeat visitors, pages per session, average time on site, things like the bounce rate, the percentage of people that left before visiting another page, and then we do have the goal completions and revenue. So toggling between all of that and exploring the inner reports in the Google Ads reports is very effective in driving insights for your Google Ads activity when you do your campaign reporting. So looking at all of the different reports within the Google Ads report allows you to drive deeper insight and understanding and better push your search activity, your display activity, your video and YouTube activity, and your shopping campaigns within Google Ads itself.